Hello paper crafters, I have a new release for you. This is the HeartFelt Creations Vintage Floret Collection. It was done by Pam Roy, this release. She did a gorgeous job. Hi Pam. And I also wanted to address something that I get about 2 emails a month about this. It's people inquiring about the HeartFelt Creations line and if I like it. And the answer is yes, I love it. I've always liked it before I could do wholesale with them. I used to buy their stuff for my own personal collection. And I was so happy when they allowed me to sell wholesale for them. It's a product I promote and I have nothing but good things to say about them. So you will like it, I guarantee. Give it a try. If you like especially florals and dyes and rubber stamps mixing along with now a paper line, this is the set for you. And here's another answer to the question. There is one product every time I put it on the design team pick list, as soon as it hits the list and it goes out to the next person, usually the HeartFelt Creations is snagged up by the designer because they like it too. And it's funny because a lot of my design team members had never worked with the HeartFelt Creations lines. And even if they don't get it as a pick, they are buying the releases from me as well. So yes, that answers your question. It's a great, great, great company. So let's get on to the release. I'm going to start it off with the paper. And the paper is right behind here. And as I always say, I'm going to just turn it on its side so I can show you some designs here. The paper is a very thick, nice, oops, that was 2 pieces. See how nice and thick that is? And in the back you get some card size for a card background or a tag. There's another one, and they're all double-sided, so you have choices. And this is kind of like vintage looking. And there are the little florals, you can see them in the background. Here's that beautiful floral pot that is so sweet. That's so nice. Here are something I like, sayings that you can put inside your cards or on the outside. Let's celebrate right here. You could put that out. Very, very, very nice. And I want to bring attention to the colors of these because Pam used this paper to cut out her florals. Isn't that door pretty? Wouldn't just cutting this out and making a card with that and adding some of the die cut florals with the stamps with it, it would be so pretty. But yes, to get back what I was saying, Pam did use this paper too to cut out her florals, and they came out just lovely. Love that corner. Just love this corner too right here with the little potted plant. So this is definitely something, a paper pack to add to your collection. Please remember, paper has to be put in a box to keep it safe. So if you're just ordering the paper alone, it's kind of cost ineffective for you for postage. So gather a big release or order a bunch of the papers together so I can put them in a box for you, and that way it's shipping cost effective for you rather than just weighting your paper with weighting your box down with just one pad of paper. That doesn't make it very cost effective or efficient for you to want to buy it that way. So the next thing we have here is this beautiful die set that goes with this collection. It is number HCD 727, and it's the set of these florals. And I'm just going to turn it over so you can see what you're getting, how pretty those are. And then we have the 5 stamp sets, and they're gorgeous. So here is number HCPC 3501, and I want you to notice this crackling effect that this stamp makes with this die. That's why it's called vintage, and you'll see in Pam's release how beautiful those crackles are and how it pops that die cut image from plain to insanely beautiful. The next one is 3501 right here, and that's the bold vintage floret, and these are the larger of the dies. Now if you want the smaller ones as well, you have to order this stamp set, HCPC 3502, and it has both the bold and the open concept, which was the first one we saw. And then HCPC 3503 is a wonderful little floral pot. I had just shown you something similar on the paper sets, and these lovely little accents. Accents are always fun. You can put those on a card and do so much with them. You can never go wrong with accent stamps. They just can add little flares where you need it. And then the last one, which this is one of my favorite stamps right here, is this Happy Birthday to a Beautiful You. It's stamped so beautifully. And this is number HCPC 3504, and it's got this beautiful kind of background filler stamp as well. So there is our release. Let's get on to here what Pam made. First thing I'm going to show you is this lovely handbag she made. And I'll turn it a little bit to the side here so you can see the handles. And you just take any plain old bag, and you can see this is a plain white bag. And she added the paper. She cut out a brown trim, and then added the paper onto that's in the paper pack. So that is the paper package HCDP1 227. Then she cut out some, this is also the paper pack. Remember we said there was some cute sayings in there for insides of cards? Well, here's something cute. May your birthday be filled with yesterday's memories, today's joys, and tomorrow's dreams. That's a nice saying. That could go inside a card, or like Pam did, made this beautiful little bag. And she used the die set HCD 727 and cut out the florals. And she also had stamped these florals with the with the open vintage florets, but she needed both stamp sets, 3500 and 3502, to do that, because there's the bigger size and the littler size. So she needed both of those stamp sets to create that. But I do want to zoom in and show you those crackles I was telling you about, and how pretty that is, and how that just adds that nice dimension and gives that such a beautiful vintage tattered look. And then adding the pearl in the center just makes it that extra oomph. Beautiful, beautiful bag. I'm gonna zoom out and go to the next creation. It's this sweet card. And again, we can see So Grateful for You, how she cut out one of those included in the paper pack. Also, this background, it was in the paper pack, that dark brown, as well as the one in the background there. So the paper, remember, is HCDP1 227. And then the die set for these florals is HCD 727. And she used this stamp set HCPC 3501. Now 3501, you may have wondered, how is that kind of bold vintage going to come out? And you can see it here. This wasn't the paper she used. She used ink pads, but was keeping on the same color tones as the Vintage Floret collection. So I'm going to zoom in, not out. There we go. And you can just see how nicely that fills up those flowers. And she added a little bit of a gloss to it to give it that shine. But that just stamps beautifully and gives it a nice, quick, full color of the die, so you can get your stamp pads to match the florals that you like. And in the background is one of those background stamps that I had told you about, the HCPC 3504. And the other thing I wanted to let you know was that this is a Spellbinders Label 10 die in the background. It's number S5022. And I can indeed order those one for you if you want. I can order any of the Spellbinders. I don't carry the line, but I can order it and get it for you. And then the little bow just finishes it off for a really nice touch. Now the next card I really love. This is a very sweet card. And this is using the stamp set HCPC 3503. And that's the floral, that's that beautiful floral that she colored in. She distressed the edges and torn it away. And then she added, I know it's difficult to see and I'll turn it on its side, but she added the little florals to superimpose right over the image, and it gives it that little extra pop that makes the card just your eye drawn to it, and you're like, what's going on with this card? And you can just tell that there's some dimension to it because she added those little florals that she stamped out with the HC 3502 and the die that you need, the HCD 727. So, and then of course this paper, if you remember, that was shown, that's the HCDP 1227, the paper pack that goes along with this release. And then I just want to show you the inside of this card, because inside is some more of the paper, happy birthday to a beautiful you. And that can be, also that's the stamp that goes along with HCPC 3504 if you want the stamp. And then there is that little embellishment right there. That's part of HCPC 3503 is part. And you can, and I remember I said those little embellishments can just add something so nice to a card. And that's really pretty. And that happy birthday to a beautiful you, that is just so nice, such a nice sentiment, and that stamp would be a nice one to have. So there is that beautiful card. And then I am going to go on to the last part of the release, and Pam really outdid herself with this. I hope I can show this well on the camera because it's so dimensional, it's hard for me to show it, but it's a bird cage. And she just decorated it with the florals all over and added little sprays and bursts of little like you get these in the wedding section of a craft store. And then I just want to show it before I get into it. So there we go. Now what she did is she said that she used the open Vintage Floret stamp. She used the stamp sets, the HCPC 3500, 3502, and she used the punch, not the punch, the die cuts, HCD 727, and then she used the paper to cut it out with. So she took the whitewash paper, the pink paper, stamped on it, and then cut out the images and made them dimensional by crimping them a little bit. You can get this effect with a ball tool and rolling it like on an embossing pad if you have one. If you're one of the people who's into the paper embroidery, there's a kind of a sewing pad. But also Sizzix has come out with a new I think her name is Susan Cockburn Tierney, and she's doing a whole dimensional line of florals, and she has a floral kit that comes with everything you need to give florals dimension. If you'd like me to order you one of those, I'll get you one. A lot of customers have already ordered those, and I'm getting some as we speak are being mailed to me, and every day I'm getting requests for that set, so I can certainly get you one if you want it. And then she hot glued those florals on this little beautiful little bird cage that she got from Michael's. So, and it created this would be such an elegant little gift to give somebody. It's just so cute. If there was some way, there's a latch here somewhere. Here it is. I would just kind of try to, I don't want to do it here because I don't know if it comes apart, but I would try to put a little tea light in here, and that would be so beautiful to just have that little tea light. But I think her florals are glued on there and don't come apart, so I don't want to do that. Let me see if I can. Oh yeah, we can. Yay, it didn't break. And just put a little tea light in there, or fill this up with candy. What a beautiful little gift that would be for somebody. Some kisses, send somebody some Hershey kisses and say kisses for you. So there, let me pop that back on. There's so many uses. Or the tea light on the bottom and fill it up with candy, so it's a dual use. Just a beautiful, beautiful creation. I love this. So I want to thank you, Pam, for doing such a good job on this release for me. And I want to thank all of you for joining us. And I hope you enjoyed the release. I hope you are going to go into your craft room. And hey, go create something. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.